Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be doing a super awesome springtime color. Today we're going to be doing Fire Craw. That is a laminated color, red on one side, orange on the other, with a little bit of flake. We're going to be using orange 147 from Lureworks for the orange side, blood red 122 for the red side, and then we will be using a combination of both small and large orange and black flake. Now, why orange 147 and blood red 122, you ask? Well, it's because you need them to be very opaque, and by opaque I mean non-transparent. Orange and red usually tend to bleed into each other if they're too transparent. So colors like blaze orange, although an incredible orange, super transparent. MF fluorescent orange, although an incredible orange, also very, very transparent. So that is why we are using orange 147 and blood red 122. Super opaque colors, super solid looking colors. We're going to be shooting the 5-inch Reactor Worm, and we will be right back as soon as our plastic is ready. Okay, we have one cup of plastic that has finished first, so we're just going to start with this side. We're going to start with the orange 147. Got about a cup and a half of plastic. I like to keep these normally pretty saturated so that they don't bleed into each other. So let's just do like 50 drops of this orange 147. Alright, that is 50 drops. Go ahead and get this mixed up. As you can see, super bright orange. And then to that, we are going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of small and large black flake. There's 1/8 of the small black. 1/8 of the large black, and then also 1/8 of the large and small orange. So here's 1/8 of the orange, the small orange, and there is 1/8 of the large orange, and that is the orange side. Get that mixed up. As we can see, super orange, black and orange flake, and our other cup of plastic is ready. So let's do the same. We're going to do 50 drops blood red. Alright, that's probably a little bit more than 50 since it kind of bled out a little, but that's okay. And once again, we're going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of the small and large black. And 1/8 of a teaspoon of the small and large orange. Alright, there we go. Let's get this mixed in. A nice blood red color, orange and black flake. Through the plastic it looks a little yellow or maybe down-toned gold. And we'll be back in 1 second and we'll shoot our mold. Alright, and we are back. We've got both our red and our orange ready to go. We're going to hit it with our dual injector. Stick our block on there. And we're going to go ahead and shoot this mold. There's a big old clump on the red side. I guess it wasn't all the way melted through. Thankfully these are all aluminum counters, so I just wipe this off very easily. Alright, make sure you hold pressure. And we'll actually zoom in on this. Right there on the top, you can see the orange and you can see the red. And we'll be back in 1 minute for the demold. Okay, and we are back. Here is a look at this color off the end of the injectors there. Take this off so we can get a little bit better look at it. And there you go. Dirty orange on the bottom, orange and black, and bright red up top. But of course, orange and black. Now this orange, once it's embedded, I mean, it kind of looks like red or yellow or something like that. We'll take a look at it out of the dual injecting block here. This is always a little bit more close to what it's actually going to be, since these little sprues are kind of worm-like. In fact, you could probably put this on a hook, catch something. But there you go. Now let's go ahead and open up this mold, and we will see what we got. Let's see. Alright, wants to come out on this side. Alright, so obviously the first thing to point out is that it bled a little, or maybe I didn't have enough in the injector on this side or something to that effect, so we'll just ignore those. But on these you can see this is the red side, a very deep, rich color red. And that flake kind of looks orange, yellow. And then when we pull it out, this is the orange side. We'll take a couple of these off so we can see a little bit closer. So we can see in the middle, that's the lamination right down the center. And then up top, this is the red. Sometimes that flake is a little buried. In other words, not really reflective. And then on the underside, you can see here's this orange. And you can really see the flake in that side, the orange and the black. Now this works because craws, when they molt, you know, they have a very similar color to this. And of course, when they're molting, they're taking off their outer shell, and they're like vulnerable for, I don't know, a day or whatever it is for them to grow into their new shell or whatever it is they do. But, you know, most fish, being that they're predators, they pick up on that, and they know it's time to eat when they see like molting craws. So that's why this color is called Fire Craw, and that's why it works so well. Same reason like Scuppernog would work. This really bright red and this bright orange combination just really work well with fish. So there you go, that is Fire Craw. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And these are available in the Reactor Worm, www.47lures.com.